Okay, guys, so today I'm going to start with the writing part, then we're going to move to the grammar part, okay? So, what are we going to cover this week in the writing? Let's see. As you remember last week, we covered the compare and contrast skill. Who wants to remind me what we mean by compare and what we mean by contrast? Selena? Let me take Selena. Do not say me. I choose the name, please. Please. Okay, Selena. Selena.
Yes.
Okay, when we say compare, what do we mean by compare, Selena? What do we mean by compare, Selena? Compare shows what?
Contrast.
Miss, no, compare is different from contrast. Compare shows something and contrast shows something else. Compare shows what? Compare shows what? Do you know
Into.
it? Okay, let's take help from someone else. Mahdi? Mahdi?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
Compare shows what?
Compare shows like the opposite idea, and
No.
contrast is.
No. You're mistaken. You're mistaken, okay? Compare shows same ideas, which means similarities. Okay? You're mistaken.
Oh, and contrast means the opposite
The
ideas.
opposites, we mean differences. So here you have to keep in mind that compare shows similarities and contrast shows differences. Compare similarities, contrast differences. Thank you, ya Mahdi, okay? So when I say compare two objects, compare two people, compare two things, two animals, two ideas, we are showing similarities. How are they the same? When I say contrast, I mean that I have to show differences, opposite things, opposite traits maybe. Okay, Hala? Hala?
Yeah, miss.
Can you mention some clue words that we use to compare to show similarities?
Yeah,
Okay, some of the clue words, like what?
like
Like what?
مثلا
Clue word. Sure. Like what?
clue words like the ones اللي ما بيشبهوا بعض.
Miss, I'm saying to
بنستعمل.
compare. Please try in English. Compare when we are showing similarities, things that are the same. That's right. And in order to write in a sentence similarities, there are certain words that I can use to show similarities, to show the reader that I'm giving a similarity. Like what? Like what?
Like.
Like, bravo, like. What else?
Or can we use so as?
So, as, that's right. That's right. I can use also similarly, similar to.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have plenty of words. Thank you, Hala. Excellent. Thank you. Ali Tahini? Ali?
Yes.
Can you now give
Yes.
me just some examples of clue words that show differences?
But.
Like what? That shows differences. But, bravo, you can use but. Yes. We can use what else?
Or. Nor.
No. Miss, I'm not talking about conjunctions. I'm talking about clue words that I use in sentences to show differences. But you can use it. You can use in contrast to, on the contrary, unlikely. Let's see, Majid. Majid, you want to say something? Majid?
Yes, we can say while. Yes, we can say while.
While, whereas, Yes, that's right.
Miss,
Oh,
Miss, can I
what?
say one?
Yes, say one, Rasha.
Or,
Or,
or.
Miss, no, or is a
Yes.
coordinating conjunction. I'm showing a choice. I'm not showing contrast. I'm not showing opposite traits here. Okay, you have to pay attention to that. Do not okay, do not misunderstand the coordinating conjunctions and the clue words to show contrast. Okay, please do not get confused between them. They are separated. They are different from each other. So this is the compare and contrast. But now when I say compare contrast paragraph, what do I mean? As you know, when I compare and contrast, I'm giving information. I'm giving information. So the compare and contrast paragraph goes under the title of expository writing. Since before we said that expository writing means giving information, so compare and contrast paragraph is the same. You give information. It's an expository writing. But what does the writer mention in the paragraph? He mentions the similarities and differences. So what's the information I'm going to give in the compare contrast paragraph? I'm going to give similarities and differences between two things, two places, two people, two ideas, okay? And again, we repeat that compare focuses on the similarities and contrast focuses on differences. How to write a compare contrast paragraph? As you all know that the paragraph is made up of topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. Who wants to tell me what we have to mention in the topic sentence? Since it's something that has become familiar to you, okay, you know what you must mention in the topic sentence. Who wants to tell me? Who has an idea? Other than Majid, Hala, Mahdi? Yes, Mahdi.
Miss, the topic sentence is like you talk about what you're gonna talk about in the text.
Excellent. So I have to mention that
Main
two
idea.
objects. Okay, and I have to mention the two objects or the two things or the two people that I'm going to compare and contrast. Excellent, Mahdi. So in the topic sentence of the compare contrast paragraph, I have to mention the two things, the two ideas or the two objects or the two people that I'm going to compare and contrast. So the topic sentence, it identifies the topic and the intention to compare. You see the intention. This is very important. I have to show the reader that I'm going to compare and contrast the two specified objects, ideas, or places. Okay. So in the topic sentence, I have to mention the main idea of my topic. Okay. Regarding the supporting sentences, then what must I mention in the supporting sentences? For sure, I have to mention the similarities and differences. So you can organize the similarities and differences in two ways. Either you start with all the similarities, then you move to the differences, or you start with the differences, then you move to the similarities. It's up to you. It's like how you want to, it's how you like to start your paragraph, okay? Also, there's something important. Do not forget to use transitional signals. What are the transitional signals? The clue words that I was talking about at the beginning. Okay, so while mentioning the similarities and differences, you have to use the clue words or the transitional signals, okay, to link the sentences together. Now I finished from the topic and I finished from the supporting sentences. I have to close my paragraph with the concluding sentence. So as we are used to write in the concluding sentence, it's similar. You can restate the topic sentence in different words, or if you want to give more idea or a new, do not get into a new topic. No, you want to give a suggestion, for example, you can. You want to give a recommendation, you can also in the concluding sentence, but simply you can just restate the topic sentence in different words. As you all know that we do not write a paragraph without an organizer because we have to organize our ideas before we start writing. What's the organizer for the compare and contrast paragraph? It is the Venn diagram. We don't have any other organizers for the compare and contrast. We just use the Venn diagram. We repeat that in the Venn diagram, there are two intersecting circles, okay, in the middle, in the intersecting part, okay, since it's common, I have to mention the similarities, okay, and on the sides, I have to mention the differences. And pay attention, again, I repeat, you have to use phrases, not complete sentences. I'm going to show you how now. I'm going to show you. it's better to use a Venn diagram to organize your ideas before you start developing your paragraph. Okay, before I go on with the example, let me remind you of the useful transitional signals. For the comparison, please, guys, you have to keep them in mind. Similar to, similarly, in the same way, like, equally, again, also, to, each of, just as, both, so, okay? For contrast, you can use in contrast. On the other hand, what's wrong? I think that Zoom is kicking you out. In contrast, on the other hand, different from, whereas, while, unlike, however, but, although, however, conversely, yet, unlike, while, we mentioned while, okay? And you have plenty of transitional signals, but these are the most common transitional signals and the easiest transitional signals for you to use. Okay, guys? Before we go on with the example, do you have any question about compare and contrast writing?
No.
Okay,
No.
clear?
Miss, the electricity went off when
Russia?
I wasn't in the
No.
meeting.
Okay, then who doesn't have any question, do not unmute yourselves. Please. Russia, you want to say something?
No, I'm just telling you I wasn't in the Zoom because the electricity went off.
It's okay, dear. Don't worry. I'm
Yes,
sure.
and me too.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. So, yeah, let's now move on with the example. Look, here I wanted to compare and contrast the smartphones to tablets. Okay? Yeah. You have please all to follow me. First of all, do not forget the title. Simply to write a suitable title for your compare and contrast paragraph, mention the two topics and put verses between them. This means verses, okay? Okay, as if they are playing a game or a match against each other, and I want to compare and contrast. So simply I can write smartphones versus tablets. This is the title, okay? Type. Now I want to start with my topic sentence. As we said that in the topic sentence, I have to mention the topic that I'm going to compare and contrast. So always I say start with a general idea which is about your topic. Now, since I'm talking about smartphones and tablets, let me just tell you what are smartphones and tablets. Okay, what are smartphones and tablets? Smartphones and tablets, which are electronic devices with multiple uses, are widespread among all people today and have similarities and differences. So you see, I mentioned a general idea. I said that they are widespread among all people today, and I mentioned the controlling idea, controlling the main topic, which they have similarities and differences. So this topic sentence simply shows me that I'm going to talk about smartphones and tablets, and especially I will mention similarities and differences. Okay, so again, I repeat, when you want to write the topic sentence, mention just one general idea about your the topic that you're talking about, and then move to the controlling idea, which is similarities and differences. Okay, you can get rid of this part, which are electronic devices with multiple uses. It's not necessary, but I added. Okay. The important thing is that you mentioned a general idea that they are widespread among all people. Since they are widespread, okay, and most people use them, they have similarities and differences. Now I want to start. I finished from my topic sentence. You see, guys, I left an indent. I wrote the topic sentence. I continue beside the topic sentence. I do not move. Okay, I do not move to a new line. No, I write beside the topic sentence. To start with, this is one of the linking words which is very important and is graded. To start with. This shows me that I'm going to start with the supporting sentences. Both shows what? Similarities. Then I'm going to start with the similarities. Both devices, I mean both smartphones and tablets, both devices are modern developments. They are modern developments and work by touching the screen only. So you see, this is one of the similarities, that they are modern. And how do they work? They work by touching the screen without using buttons. Similarly shows another Another similarity, so you see, smartphones and tablets can join the whole world together in one touch. How? For example, this example is related to the second similarity. Okay, so this is not a detail, this is an example. You can access any social network in seconds, plus you can receive any news you care about. So this example supports the second similarity, which is they can join the world together. So I mentioned two similarities. On the
Miss,
other hand, yes, yes,
if I want like to write a tweet about smartphones and tablets, can I say that we can like can lead a problems
you can what?
in our
I couldn't
life?
hear you well. I couldn't hear you well. Can you repeat, ya Majid? If you want to talk about about
Like
smartphones and
can
tablets,
say it, if I want to write
a
like
similarity.
a paragraph about the smartphone. Yeah,
Hmm. What similarity you want to mention?
both
Both what?
can lead to problems in our life,
In our
our own.
yes, this is a similarity. Yes, you want to say that they can cause like they can hurt you. They are harmful. Yes, you can. Why not? Why not? Yes, they can hurt your eyes. It is a similarity because if you keep your eyes in front of the screen for a long time, then you will get maybe short eyesight. Yes, why not? They cause problems. Yes, it's okay. It's a similarity. Why not?
Miss, can I ask a question?
Yes, yes, Karim.
Miss, can I use like I said, tablets are big, but smartphones are small. Can I say
What?
but?
This is what? This is a similarity or a difference?
Difference.
Difference. Excellent. Yes, you can say it. Yes, yes, you can use this way. Yes, Karim, it's excellent. Yeah, let's just start with the differences. On the other hand, we said on the other hand shows opposite ideas. So this means that I finished from the similarities and now I want to go on and move to the differences. There are certain differences between them. So you see, on the other hand, there are certain differences between them. So now I'm going to talk about the differences. First shows me that I'm going to start with the first difference. The clearest difference is the size. You see, Karim, I'm talking about the size, but in a professional way, let's say, for example. The clearest difference is the size. Tablets are much bigger than smartphones, or if you want, Karim, to write like tablets are big while or but smartphones are small in size, you can also. For instance means, and for example, you can use for instance how the size is different. Unlike tablets, you see, unlike a difference, this means a difference. Smartphones can be put in your pants pocket. So you see, this is how the size is different. Smartphones can be put in the pants pocket. Okay. Moreover, when you target a smartphone, you are targeting an individual. This, moreover, shows me that I'm going to move to another difference. Okay. So smartphones are individually used. Yani, my smartphone is for me. Karim's smartphone is for him. Majid's smartphone is for him also. Okay. But when we're talking mostly about tablets, you share tablets between each other more than smartphones, more than the phones. Okay, so like it's like we can make it a difference because smartphones, they are individually used, just one individual uses it. Okay, while the smartphones, no, more than one can use them. When you target a smartphone, you are targeting an individual. Miss, you can write it in your own words. You can say that one person is most likely to use the smartphone, while the tablet can be shared among more than one person. Okay, this is your own way, this is my way, but you can write it in your own words. Okay, the people most people have their smartphones and don't share them with anyone else. The same cannot, you see, the same cannot be said about tablets, which are sometimes shared among us several people. So I gave two differences, the size and who uses the smartphones and tablets. As a conclusion, now I finished my paragraph. As a conclusion, this word is a linking word to show that I'm going to mention the concluding sentence. Okay, both devices are important nowadays. So I said that they are both important nowadays, as if that I'm giving another similarity, but it goes back to every individual to choose the device that he prefers to use. Yeah, the similar idea to the one in the topic. If you notice that in the topic I said they are widespread among all people today, and I said here that they are very important nowadays, and it's up to everyone who prefers to use one of them. Okay, so this is simply the compare and contrast paragraph. Okay, this was a sample for you. Now let me show you what you're going to work on in the worksheet. Let me open the worksheet for you to show you our topic. Okay, yeah. Okay, so guys, if we open the worksheet, you're going to find this prompt. Listen, reading is one of the important elements in our life. We have been exposed to the books and learn how to read since we were still children. So here it shows me that I'm starting with reading. However, the way of reading has changed from reading paper books to e-books. Okay?
Miss, I can't hear you.
Yes, yes, miss, yes.
Choose
Before I was coughing. Sorry, because I was coughing. I mute myself when I cough. Okay, guys. So, sorry. So, okay, I started with reading, but look what I'm going to talk about. The way of reading has changed from reading paper books to ebooks. Don't you notice yourself that sometimes you read on tablets, you read on your phones, you have ebooks? Like now, you can download the books as a PDF on your tablets. So the way of reading it changed from paper book to ebooks. We still use paper books, but not too much as before. Okay. So in a well-organized paragraph, what are you going to write in that paragraph? Compare and contrast. You see?
Miss,
Yes, miss.
can I leave a little bit?
Why? Because I want to talk about the
Because
prompt.
I want to go to the,
Just,
because I want to go to the bus.
just wait a minute until I finish talking about the topic, about the prompt. Okay, 1 minute.
Okay.
So you have to compare and contrast between paper books and ebooks. So you have two topics here to compare and contrast: paper book and ebooks. What should you mention? You mentioned two similarities, you see, and two differences. Just two similarities and two differences. But first you have to fill in the Venn diagram with the suitable information to organize your ideas. Then develop your paragraph on a separate sheet. So what are you going to do? You have to, okay, on Thursday we have the second session, the third session, okay? So please, Yamas, today and tomorrow, work on the writing, because we're going to do the writing together on Thursday. It's not a graded homework, but you have to do it. It's a homework, but not graded. You have to do it because we're going to correct it together on Thursday. So you have to compare and contrast between paper books and ebooks. Please, resort, you can go back to the sample that I read. You can write something similar to it, but you have to talk about paper books and ebooks. Ask yourself, put a paper
Miss,
book and an
I
ebook
have a
beside,
question.
just a second. Put a paper book and ebook beside you,
Okay.
in front of you, and think, how are they similar and how are they different? Okay? Just two similarities and two differences. You fill in the Venn diagram, okay, with the phrases. Then you have to develop your paragraph. Yes, who has a question? Who has a question? Rasha?
Yes.
Yes, Rasha?
Miss,
Yeah. Majid, you can go.
do we have something to do on flip grade?
No. This week you don't have anything on
The
flip
video?
grade. No. This week,
Okay.
no. I said it since yesterday. No, you don't have anything on flip grade. So guys, on Thursday, please bring your writings with you. You have to bring the writing with you, okay? To the session, I mean. So I want to see a draft paper with a paragraph and a filled-in Venn diagram with you on the screen. So now this is your assignment for Thursday. And now it's time to move to
Miss,
the grammar.
another question.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
How much similarities and differences do we need to
I
write?
said, mentioned, miss, it's okay, just a mess. When you read the prompt, mention 2 similarities and 2 differences. I specified for you.
Oh,
2 similarities and 2 differences, okay?
Miss, can we do it today?
MS, you have today and tomorrow because on Thursday we have the last. Okay. Now, guys. Okay. I want to ask you, what is a noun? What is a noun? Who wants to tell me? Hurry up, please.
Me.
Me.
Yalla, hurry up.
Miss,
What's a
me.
noun? Yes, yes, Lana.
Is the name of some
It's a name.
It is a
Can I
name
go
of
now?
name of
something.
something.
It's a
Name of a person,
Name
thing,
of
a
a
place, or item.
person.
Oh,
Miss,
okay.
Miss, can I go now?
Yes, yes, MS. Yes, you can go. Yes, Habibi. Okay. So nouns are names. Okay. And as you know, we have common nouns and the proper nouns. What's the difference between who wants, let me choose a student to tell me the difference? Do not say me, me, me. Brahim. Brahim,
Yes.
please, can you tell me the difference between the proper noun and the common noun?
The proper noun is is a some is a something we're talking about.
Tell you about what? What do you mean by something I tell you about?
Like if we say like the school, my school, we know that is mine.
But no, but school, you mean school, the noun, the name, but is it common or proper? School, is it common or proper?
Common.
Common, it's not specific. Yes, it's common, it's not
Yes.
specific, but I want to make it specific.
School
Excellent. ISI school is a proper, so now it's a specific. Yalla, Ibrahim. I think that we solved the last, yesterday we solved till number 3. Let's do number 4 now,
Yeah.
Ibrahim. Okay, we have to
Yes.
underline the common noun and circle the proper noun. Number 4. Yalla.
Each student received a card for checking things out. Each student.
Student, only student. Each is not a noun, just a student. Student, common or
Okay.
proper, Ibrahim?
Common.
Excellent, common. Yalla. Do I still have other nouns?
No.
No? Read the sentence carefully. Each student received a card for checking things out. Who wants to help Ibrahim?
Card.
Card, yes.
Card.
Card is what? Common or proper?
Common.
Common, excellent. Do I still have other nouns? Things.
No.
Yeah, things.
Things.
Is also a noun. Things, it's a name. So things is also a noun. Thank you, Ibrahim. Hala?
Yeah,
Hala, number 5, please.
Mr. Young
Mrs.
gave
This is
a
Mrs.
tour.
Please, guys. M or S means Mrs. Mrs. is for the
Oh.
female who is married. Yalla.
Mrs.
Young.
Young gave a tour for the section. Oh, sorry, of the section.
Okay.
Mrs.
Young.
Young is the proper noun.
Proper noun. Excellent. Continue.
Section is the common noun.
Common noun.
And tour is another common noun.
Common noun. Excellent. Thank you, Hala. Rasha, please hurry up.
Yes.
Yalla. Number 6.
Does the library subscribe or
Too many
to
magazines.
many magazines? A library is a common noun,
Yalla.
and the magazines is a common noun.
Thank you, ya Rasha. Thank you. Okay, علي
Miss, can
طحيني.
I?
علي طحيني. يا سوري يا
Yes.
علي طحيني. يلا number 7 علي.
My friend asked for novels by Louisa May Alcott.
May Alcott. يلا.
Common noun, it's friend. And novels.
Yes.
And Louisa May Alcott is the proper noun.
Thank you يا علي. Thank you. Lana. Lana.
Yes,
Number 8.
miss.
Lana, number 8, please, quickly.
Students could also read
Articles.
articles on the computer.
Yes.
Students is a common noun.
يلا. Maria, please.
Attractors.
Articles, not attractors. Articles.
Articles is a common noun.
يلا.
And computer.
Excellent. Thank you. Muhammad Bustani, quickly. Number 9.
The board books.
Be due.
Miss, can I?
Books.
Borrowed.
Borrowed is a noun. Is it a name? Guys, please, the time will end. The time will end. Please work on the grammar exercises, also pages 41, 42, 43, okay? 41, 42, 43. Please work on them.
Books.
Yes, books is what? Common or proper?
Common.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Rena, the last one. نلحق. يلا, the materials must be
The materials must be returned by the end of October. Materials are
يلا, hurry up.
proper noun.
Proper materials are proper. Are they specific?
No.
No, they are common. Okay.
Common noun.
And I still have
October proper noun.